What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from Horseshoe Casino, Baltimore. This is episode 114 of my poker vlog. Came down for a steak dinner at Gordon Ramsay's. Decided to get into some poker. Getting in a 1-3 no limit hold'em. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Alright guys, before we get into the episode, do me a favor. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons. It helps the channel out a lot. Make sure you hit the bell notification to get notified of all my new poker vlogs. And if you're not new here, appreciate the support, guys. The crew is awesome. Thanks for coming back. And one more reminder, because the store's been doing well. You guys want some of this Felt Life merchandise? Description down below. Click on the link. Grab a hat, grab a hoodie, t-shirt, or a face mask. Let's get into the episode. Okay, and like the third hand after I sit down at the table, I have ace of spades, nine of spades. I'm in the big blind. It limps to me, and it limps to the small blind, who calls, and I raise it up to $10. He calls, the middle position calls, and so does the button. So we go four ways to the flop, and the flop, I'll be honest, it's very favorable for us. It's the ace of clubs, the nine of clubs, and the three of clubs. Yes, the flush draw is out there, and the small blind is the first to act, and he checks it over to me, and I throw out a bet of $15. Middle position calls, and the button folds, and the small blind gets around to him, and the small blind thinks and also calls. So we are three ways to the turn. The turn is the 10 of hearts. Now, it checks to me again after the small blind looked at his cards. So I didn't know what to think of that, but because I just sat down at the table. But anyway, so after it checks to me, I throw out a bet of $20. Middle position calls, and the small blind surprisingly says raise and throws out a bet of $60. Now, I think about it after she counts it out, and I don't think for too long. I don't really hesitate too much. I go ahead and start counting out the chips. I have top pair and middle pair to go along with it. I got two pairs still, but those clubs do make me kind of weary. But I decided to go ahead and call the $60. Middle position folds, and we're heads up to the river. Oh man, the river, two of spades. I don't think it changes too much for me, except for when the small blind is first to act and throws out a bet of $225. So I'm thinking, okay, he probably has the flush, and he's had it the whole time, obviously. I think if he would have bet a little smaller, I wouldn't have folded, but ultimately, I'm not giving it up. I decide to go ahead and fold, and later he says, yeah, I had king three of clubs. Good fold. Okay, a couple of hands later with about 40 or 50 bucks left. I'm not going to lie, I was a little tilted from that last hand, but I guess it's my own doing for falling into the trap. But anyway, I have jacks, and I raise it up to 7, and the guy to my left, I think I'm in middle position, raises it up to 20, and we go heads up to the flop, which is 7, 6, 10 with 2 spades. I shove the rest in there. He calls, and the board runs out 5 of clubs and 4 spades. And after he gets a count, we flip him over, and he's got pocket kings, and we lose that hand. Okay, about 15 or 20 minutes after the new table, I won a couple small hands, and I'm up a couple bucks. I have ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds in the small blind. It gets raised to $11. The big blind calls, and I call, and everybody else folds. So we are going 3 ways to the flop. The flop is 8, 5, 5 rainbow. So I feel pretty good. While there is a diamond out there, I'm the first act. I check, and the big blind bets $16. The middle position folds, so we're heads up to the turn after I call the $16 or $15. I'm sorry. The turn is the king of diamonds, bringing on the backdoor flush draw for me. I throw out a bet of $20, and he instantly calls. The river, bam, 10 of diamonds. Let's go. Ace high flush. Let's take it all. I bet $35 hoping he raises, and he sure does. He goes all in. I snap call, and I flip over and show him the bad news. Nope, it's my bad news. He got a full house. He rivered it. Man, what a bad feeling. Okay, being crippled after that last hand, I'm in the small blind, and that's after about 1 orbit. I folded everything. I said, if I get anything decent, I'm shoving it all in, looking for an overpair. And sure enough, we get the goods. Best hand in all of poker, pocket aces. Let's go, baby. It gets raised up to $11. The under the gun did the raising. The middle position calls, and it gets over to me. And we know what we're doing, folks. We're shoving it all in for $39 effective. One person asks for a call, and she sorts out the money with the, not a call, a count. I'm sorry. Somebody asked for a count. The big blind says, okay, 39, I'm in. Middle position says 39, that seems pretty good to me. I'm in. And here we go. We are going to the board. Flop is 8, king, deuce with 2 hearts. It checks to the turn. The turn is the 3 of hearts. And it checks again to the river. River is the 6 of clubs. She says, okay, show your hands. And I see deuce, 7 of diamonds, and a pair of pocket 5s. I couldn't wait to flip over my aces, and we'll triple up. Let's take it, baby. We're back in it. Let's run this thing up. Okay, a couple orbits later, I have aces again. Pocket rockets, best hand in all of poker, and it's on a $6 button straddle. Gets around to me, and I make it $16, and only the small blind calls. We're going heads up to the flop. The flop is 3, 10, 6 with 2 hearts. He checks it over to me, and I probably bet a little too much. I bet $25, and he basically snap folds. And yeah, I just wanted to show the aces again. And take down another small pot, and we're keep grinding back here, getting back to more than starting stack, and hopefully we'll turn a profit tonight. Okay, about a half hour later and folding a bunch of junk, there's a $6 button straddle, and again, third time tonight, aces. I'm in middle position. It gets to me on the button straddle, and I make it $21 to go. We go 3 ways, I believe, to the flop. I think the under the gun plus the +1 are in it with me. And the flop doesn't faze me too much. It's king 10 7 with 2 spades. I'm sorry, all spades, 3 spades. I have the ace of spades, so I got the flush draw and I have pocket aces. So it checks to me and I throw out a bet of 30. The under the gun goes all in for about $140 effective, and the +1 thinks about it but then ultimately folds. And of course I snap it off, and the turn is the queen of diamonds, river's the 4 diamonds, and he says, "What you got?" And I show my pocket aces after he flips over pocket 8s, and we take down a all-in pot with pocket aces. Let's go, keep climbing. Okay, in the final hand of this session, I'm in middle position with king of hearts, jack of hearts. There's a $6 straddle, and it gets to me. I make it $12 to go. The cutoff raises it to 26, and it gets over to the big blind, who calls, and I then call also, and we're 3 ways to the flop. The flop is 10 3 2 with 2 hearts. So I got the flush draw and the backdoor straight draw going. The big blind bets 25, and I raise it up to $60. After the cutoff sees the amount, he goes ahead and folds his cards. And like I said, I have the flush draw and the backdoor straight draw going. The big blind does call the 60, so we're heads up to the turn, which is the ace of spades. Still have the backdoor straight draw going. The big blind bets 100 this time, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm basically pot committed now. So after he slides out the stack of red chips to make it 100, I go ahead and call, and we are still heads up to the river. The river is the jack of diamonds. I have a pair of jacks now, and that's basically all I have. So when he checks it, I check it also, and he flips over king 10 of diamonds, and we take down this pot with a pair of jacks. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Helps the channel out. See you guys in the next episode. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.